Welcome to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal, live from Las Vegas in the AMP TV studio, AAMP.TV. Today's show is brought to you by UppercutChops.com. Check out their tasty selection of all-natural, dry-aged, USDA prime Angus and Wagyu steaks and chops. Wait till you taste their best-in-class New York steaks, the filet mignon, of course, the king of all, those cowboy cut and massive tomahawk cut ribeyes. Hell, even those prime Angus and Wagyu burgers will likely be the best you've ever had, certainly the best I've ever had. Check them out at UppercutChops.com. That's UppercutChops.com. On your mobile device or on your computer. Hell, give them a call. Find out what's for dinner. 702-799-9935. 702-799-9935. Again, 702-799-9935 for UppercutChops.com. Yes! All right, a big welcome to everybody listening in and watching, of course, on our Cox, Comcast, Spectrum, Frontier, Wow, Time Warner cable affiliates, as well as hotel television in over 500,000 rooms from coast to coast, as well as, of course, right here on Instagram, Facebook, and AMP TV, AAMP.TV, plus our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates. All right, so, a lot of people like to invest in those cryptocurrencies and crypto crap, as I call it. But unfortunately, sometimes, the wheels fall off, right? When the wheels fall off, that means at some point in this grandiose, seemingly Ponzi scheme of cryptocurrency, somebody is left holding the bag. And in this particular case, there are some people that may have to answer to this one as well. So how about this? How about that FTX crypto seeming scam? I can't say it is. I don't know. It's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. That's why it's an editorial type. So what about the idea of Tom Brady, Steph Curry, Shaquille O'Neal, Naomi Osaka, nonetheless Big Papi, Show Me the Money, Shohei Ohtani, and others, yes, among celebrities, sued in what? A class action crypto lawsuit. What? Oh, yeah. And the wheels come off, folks. And of course, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback, Tom Brady, and a number of other big-name celebrities, including Steph Curry, Osaka, were named as defendants in a class action crypto lawsuit filed in Florida. In fact, that class action suit was filed against, wait for it, FTX and their founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, and a number of celebrities who endorsed FTX, a crypto trading company. In addition to Brady, Curry and Osaka, Shaquille O'Neal, David Ortiz, you can call him Big Papi, and of course, Show Me the Money, Shohei Ohtani, Trevor Lawrence, Udonis Haslem. Those guys, and lady, of course, are named as defendants. But wait, Tom Brady's wife, or ex-wife, you can call her Giselle Bundchen, yes, and supermodel, comedian Larry David, and Shark Tank personality Kevin O'Leary are also named in the suit, as are the Golden State Warriors, of course, a prominent partner of FTX. Boy, how the mighty have fallen there, right? Look, folks, this one's out there everywhere right now. In fact, the suit alleges Bankman-Fried and those celebrities promoted and encouraged others to invest in FTX, which the lawsuit describes as a fraudulent scheme. And the lawsuit claims FTX was, quote, designed to take advantage of unsophisticated investors from across the country who utilize mobile apps to make their investment, close quote. Now, of course, FTX filed conveniently. Are you ready for this one? Yes. The chorus of boos will precede this because they filed for bankruptcy, and Bankman-Fried resigned as the company's CEO a day prior to announcing the bankruptcy of that company. Talk about investments. And of course, he apologized and saying, quote, effed up and should have done better, close quote. He also referred to himself as, quote, not a good dev, close quote. This clown. Of course, the lawsuit seeks $11 billion in damages. Guess what? Someone's going to have to pay somewhere. Now, Tom Brady appeared in FTX advertisement with Giselle Bundchen. Of course, Brady and all the other celebrities mentioned in the suit, they're being sued for promoting FTX. Every celebrity mentioned appeared in some type of ad for FTX in the first place, and Larry David's FTX ad was shown during the Super Bowl. And the boos continue. Yeah. So Brady and Giselle did not, well, let's put it this way. They did an ad together, which featured them trying to recruit people to use the company. Why would you do that unless you've done your due diligence? Business 101, kid. Gotta do your due diligence. Anyway, the lawsuit was recently filed, so it will become, well, maybe it'll materialize in some time before it's determined whether FTX owes consumers $11 billion or additional amounts. And it's unclear as to how much, if any, damages Tom Brady and other celebrities will have to pay consumers. Of course, there's a chance that the number would be zero. Even if that's the case, FTX's failure is yet another example of the fans that shouldn't get involved in advice from NFL stars, Major League Baseball stars, tennis stars, whatever stars. It doesn't matter. That's why you seek professional financial advice, and you don't follow the masses and basically get burnt and burnt and burnt. Why? Because at some point, someone's going to make money, someone's going to lose money. That's what happens, right? There's always a winner and a loser in this particular case. So look, me personally, I don't invest in anything that is not secured. And I do that for my own sanity. Think about that one time where, I don't know, $80 billion, whatever the hell it was stolen from one crypto company through some kind of hack, whatever it was. I forget the name of the company. Who knows? My point is this. There's nothing secure. Like we think about the US dollar, right? Backed by the full faith and credit of the United States of America. We really should be on what? On the gold standard, right? So therefore the money is actually backed by something of material value instead of hot air. Look at banks. Banks today. Banks are the biggest, in my opinion, of course, my opinion, banks are the biggest thieves of all of them. Never mind some politicians, if you know what I mean. Nonetheless, these banks, they will sell money at 7, 8, 10, 12%. And they'll buy money, basically pay you, the investor, or you, that person trusting the bank, will pay you a whopping interest rate of maybe 1/2 of 1%. Something terribly wrong with that model. So the banks don't have money in the first place. All they're doing is buying and selling monies and futures on money. Most of the banks, I believe, are broke in the first place. And it's just a bunch of hot air. Oh, they've got big pillars in front of their building. You know who else is hot air? Look, by the way, folks, just be careful of investing in that stuff. Those cryptocurrencies and crap seem to be burning people left, right, and center. By the way, in case you're keeping score, if you're one of those people that like to follow what's happening in today's time, how about this? How about, yes, the Republicans actually secured majority in the House of Representatives. Yes! Kind of a big deal. Yes, this affects each and every one of us too, because now legislation to fast-track certain bills cannot be done from the blue team, for example. So maybe there will be better protection put in place for those people that may have invested in what? Crypto crap currency. How about them apples, right? I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's illegal for the banks to essentially loan money in the way they do, in my opinion. And guess what? Ask around, folks. It is what it is. But back to this. This is according to Fox News. Now, Republicans passed the 218-seat threshold required to reach a majority. And of course, the red team secured a majority in the House of Representatives when the 118th U.S. Congress convenes next January. So the GOP has now won 218 seats for. And of course, the great news is after the Associated Press projected that Republican Mike Garcia will win re-election in California's 27th congressional district. And of course, the blue team, meanwhile, crying and crying, get over yourselves, have secured only 209 seats. And of course, as vote counts and the voting counts are more and more into the progress and process, whatever. Look, this is, beyond a week into this. 8 seats are still in play. And of course, so that means, of course, the fixes by the blue team for those seats will likely happen. And of course, just as in the 2020 election, in my opinion, I believe that Herschel Walker should win in the state of Georgia. This for all of our listeners over in Georgia from the Atlanta area. Yes, Fulton County, that means you. No crooked voting there, as well as all the way down to Columbus. We're all over Georgia. But the fact is, Herschel should win. And Herschel's been on this program. I mean, look, he's a regular, decent guy. Don't let that political spin fool you. Herschel Walker is a decent human being. As a matter of fact, the one thing that Georgians have to deal with, we think about the seemingly dirty hands of the blue team. Of course, the fixed machine and the ballot mules and crap like that, especially in Fulton County, will likely do anything to prevent Herschel from taking office. And Fox News midterm elections results, of course, President Biden congratulated Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, Republican, out of California, for his party victory. And he said, in this election, voters spoke clearly about their concerns and they need to lower their costs, protect their rights to choose, and preserve democracy. And I will work with anybody, Republican or Democrat, willing to work with me to deliver results. Close quote. Really? Well, maybe he will work with the team in the same way that I believe he works against the red team. Yes, and seemingly with globalists and their agendas, such as those in China. Maybe Klaus Schwab. How about George Soros? How about Bill Gates? How about his kid Hunter? And of course, what about his pocket and the overall leader of that agenda? I think that guy, but it's by the name of Nathaniel Rothschild. It's not really sure, above my pay grade. Nonetheless, there's a lot going on. The blue team is going to be reeling now because they are not going to get what they want all the way around. Because now they got to deal with the house owned by what? The red team. So how about them apples, folks? Nice round of applause for the red team. We're going to be back here on the circus in just a few minutes. We're going to talk a little baseball, talk a little NFL too, and a little bit of weather report. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to come.
Nobody wants to get ripped off, broken into, or robbed, but nobody wants to pay a lot of money to have their home protected either. I've got an offer to tell you about to provide.
And how appropriate is that? That's what happens when the wrong team is in control. What's the best sound out of all this? That collision sound. Do you like sound effects? I like cartoons. I got a whole segment full of this stuff. One of these days I'm going to play 12 full minutes of nothing but cartoon sound effects. Why? Because I can. I watch cartoons every day. You should too. Don't watch the news. It's all spin. It's all gas. Stay away from that crap. These are the sounds you need to be listening to. And when the shots are fired, yeah, guess what? Those are all ricochets. You got to stay away from those shots. It doesn't matter whether they're from the other team or the other team. Right? These are great.
You nitwit. Don't you give me none of your back talk. Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting. Leave him alone. Quiet. All right, break it up. Leave him alone. Quiet.
Oh, Norman.
Don't call me Norman. Call me Chubsy Ubsy.
What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Stop it! Shut up! Stop it! Say hello to my little friend! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
You got the wrong answer!
Say hello to my little friend!
What does he think I am, an imbecile?
Speak when you're told to speak and not before!
All right, folks, here we go. Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal, live from Las Vegas in the AMP TV studio, AAMP.TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. Big welcome back to everybody listening in on our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates from coast to coast, including our friends over in Honolulu on CBS Sports 1500 KHKA. That's home of the 49ers, home of the San Francisco 49ers, which I just said, of course, the New York Yankees. You gotta keep remembering this stuff. The Yankees and, of course, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Welcome into everybody that may be listening in with our friends over in California on NBC News and CNBC Financial. If you are, thanks for listening, as well as right here in Las Vegas on Las Vegas Public Radio, KQQY, KIOF as well. Also, over in Atlanta, WDJY 99.1 FM. Thanks for tuning in. Also in Auburn, Alabama. Yes, home of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves. That stretches from Columbus, Georgia, all the way over to Montgomery. Big welcome into everybody picking up our content on KTXT, Texas Tech Radio, Raider Radio, 88.1 FM over in Lubbock, Texas, plus all of our other independents from coast to coast. You never know, folks. We have people pulling our content down left, right, and center. It just goes into a file, then the stations pull it down, they play it, and so be it. Frankly, I don't ask them for a penny because I just want them to play the content. This is pretty good stuff. Also, welcome back to everybody on Cox, Comcast, Spectrum, Frontier, WOW, and Time Warner cable affiliates, and Hotel TV. All right. How about some NFL for your soul? How about a little bit of, you know what, go grab a hot cocoa. You may want to listen to this one because it might be a little bit chilly in Buffalo. How about this one? When you hear a weather forecast that includes the phrase, are you ready for this one? Feet of snow. It's hard to believe that an NFL game will be played without some disruption. Now, we've all played these games. Think about this. I don't care, man, women, boys, girls, whatever. Look, if you're one of the 23 genders or whatever the hell it is out there, I don't even know. It's just above my pay grade. We've all done stuff in the snow. We've played in the snow. If you're from cold weather, and if you haven't, you've gone up to the mountains, hopefully, and you played in the snow a little bit. Throw snowballs at people, at whatever, right? Have some fun in it. So why shouldn't these guys be playing in a blizzard? Who gives a damn about how much snow? Get out there and play the damn game. So the Buffalo Bills are hosting the Cleveland Browns, another snowy, wintry kind of a scenario, right? From Cleveland. That's what they do. That's the next game on Sunday. And of course, at least that game is on schedule as of right now. But something might change according to the powers that be because there's a forecast. Are you ready for this one? For a mega blizzard. Yes, a mega blizzard over the weekend in western New York. Meteorologists are warning that there could be a historic amount of snow to be fallen. And of course, the National Weather Service issued a lake effect snow warning for today, and it'll last all the way through to the weekend, according to AccuWeather. And it includes Orchard Park, of course, where the stadium is, and that is where the Bills play. And of course, several feet of snow could hit the area, according to forecast. I love that. Several feet of snow. In Chicago, we had the blizzard of 67. We had the blizzard of 69. Listen, New York, you've had your blizzards, and I'm talking Buffalo. I'm not talking New York City, because the ocean regulates your temperature. You don't get hammered like Buffalo does. Buffalo probably gets the most amount of snow out of any place that I know in these United States of America. Now, according to AccuWeather, quote, travel could be difficult to nearly impossible in the Buffalo and its southern suburbs, as they may receive as much as 3 to 6 feet of snow by Sunday. Yes! I say the more the merrier. Give them 10 feet of snow. It doesn't matter. Get over it. Needless to say, that could be a problem for the Bills game. And of course, the massive storm is predicted for Buffalo. But the storm in Buffalo comes on a bad weekend for the NFL. Oh, is there such a good weekend? Look, they're all making money. Every day is a good day in the NFL in terms of, yes.
Show me the money!
Nonetheless, the Bills play at the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving. And of course, the NFL can't simply move the game to Monday or even Tuesday, as it has done similarly in the past. And the Bills have a short week, even if they do play on Sunday. So suck it up. Get over it. Now, it seems hard to believe that, I don't know, a game would happen. This is according to pick your favorite news source. This one's out of Yahoo. They all say the same damn thing. Oh, we don't want the game to play if it's going to be really heavily snowing in that area. Right? So, whatever. Nonetheless, some say it would be dangerous, of course. The snowflakes, get it? Huh? Come on, tip your waiter. I'm here all week. Right? So, the snowflakes of the world are going to complain about, oh, there's a little bit of snow. Oh, we can't have our snowflake players get out there and play in this. Well, they're playing touch football anyway. Give me a damn break. Nonetheless, so some say it would be dangerous for fans to attempt to travel to the stadium. Others say, nonsense! Bring on the snow! And of course, the Browns may not be able to get to Buffalo if the snow is as bad as forecast yet. Jimmy Haslam's got money, and a lot of money. And I mean a lot of money. So look, these guys got money. Helicopter their asses into Orchard Park to play that game. If you can't travel by bus, get in there by hot air balloon. Get in there by helicopter. I don't give a damn how you do it. Make sure those TV cameras on. All those people with cell phones can also, what can they do? They can stream the game as well. So stop your complaining. Play in the elements. I think personally, the Super Bowl should be played as a natural progression of the season. I would love to see the Super Bowl played where? In Buffalo. I want to see it in the blizzard. Because look, we think about the progression of the season. Okay, it starts out nice and warm. They're dying. They've got those fans, basically swamp coolers on the players to keep them cool. Listen, let them go all the way through December and January. Look, you wanted more money? Guess what? Now you got to deal with the elements, and you should be playing in blizzard conditions. You should be playing in frigid snow or snowy weather. You should be dealing with polar blast, just like they did in the Ice Bowl. Did they complain about it? No. They played the damn game. Exactly how, well, these people, these snowflake reporters and all these moronic individuals, well, you know, we shouldn't play the game in those kind of conditions. Shut up. Really. Seriously.
Say hello to my little friend.
Right.
Stop it. Stop. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Seriously. Just shut the beep up, because I think it's ridiculous. Look, they're certainly paid enough to play, and the owner can handle the expense of getting the guys there. So guess what? Get your asses out there, play in a little bit of snow, and you know what? That's when men were men! And men were not snowflakes, if you know what I mean. So while snowy games can make for great television, as according to Yahoo Sports, some say that several feet of snow isn't good for anyone. Really? Who? Kids love it. Viewers of games love it. They like chaos on the field. They obviously haven't played anything in snow. Those people reporting on it. So shut the beep up and play the damn game. Now we go back a little bit of history for your soul. In 2014, a Bills game against the New York Jets, but you can call them the airplane, you can actually call them the New Jersey Jets because they play in New Jersey, was moved to Detroit due to snow. Imagine that. So the Detroit Lions are on the road this week as they play at the New York Giants. Better yet, the New Jersey Giants, if you know what I mean, since they play in East Rutherford or whatnot. So the Bills could technically stay in Detroit for Thanksgiving for the game. Moving the Browns versus Bills to Detroit seems like a possibility for the NFL, according to the snowflakes of the world that can't handle a little bit of weather. But of course, that would be awful for the teams and the fans looking forward to mayhem on the football field. So look, back in the day, they would never call a game or delay it or crap like that from snow. Back with the players, this is a pre-93 collective bargaining people. This is when men were men, and they were playing football because, A, they loved playing. They weren't paid a bunch of money, and it was cool to watch the elements in action and watch a game go on in the elements. And of course, some fear, since the Bills are on a losing streak, they've lost a couple of games in a row, this disruption really comes at a bad time. Is there ever a good time when you're on a losing streak? Get over it. They don't want to lose another home game. Who gives a damn, though? They also don't want to, by the way, they don't want to lose another home game, then stay away from the casino action, in my opinion. Because if you saw that Buffalo-Minnesota game like I did, how the hell does a fumble happen in your own end zone when you're running the clock out with just seconds to go? Conveniently, there was a fumble. The Vikings end up scoring, tying the game, sending it to overtime. Conveniently, the Vikings win the game. How the hell does that happen? Oh, by the way, Buffalo still what? Remains in first place. Come on. In my opinion, that game is as fixed as the day is long. The fixes are going on a regular basis, as I believe, in the National Football League, Major League Baseball, the National Basketball Association as well. A little bit harder to do in hockey, though. Nonetheless, I think the game was completely fixed. So what if Buffalo loses again? They're still going to be in the playoffs. What the hell's the difference? Think about that. Look, they also don't want to play a game in feet, a few feet of snow, that is. And, of course, give that the like to pass the ball. Yes, they do like to pass the ball. Cleveland is a run-heavy team, right? And so maybe they don't want to lose another game. But then again, I think it's more about Vegas. By the way, The weather has an effect in the betting market too. At BetMGM, the over and under for the game was 47.5 when the line opened. And of course, needless to say, the line has dropped 3.5 points because all the money has gone on the under. Watch, they'll end up, I don't know, maybe scoring 100 points in the game. And of course, the Bills opened at 9.5 point favorite, and the line is down to 8. So of course, people are betting on Cleveland and the under. So take this from Sal the Bookmaker at PlaceYourBet.Vegas. Great sports information. Check it out at PlaceYourBet.Vegas. And also, every time something happens in Vegas, from the bettor standpoint, think about the opposite. Remember, like we had in the last segment, crypto losers, crypto winners, right? The FTX company, they seemed like they made a bunch of money. Well, guess what? The consumers lost money. In this particular case, the bettors are likely going to lose a bunch of money. So whichever way the money is going, that's the way you need to go against it, because that's how Vegas makes their money, in case you're keeping score. Yeah, there's a little bit of betting input for you. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about Major League Baseball, so don't go anywhere. Yes, it's not baseball season, but guess what? At the circus, it's always baseball season. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to come.
Attention business owners, you and your customers are listening to this commercial right now. Face it, every business needs customers, even yours. The Sports Circus is a primetime nationally syndicated program that's carried on ABC, NBC, CNBC, and Westwood One News affiliates, plus CBS, Fox, and NBC sports affiliates across North America, with coverage from Hawaii to New York. Also, the Sports Circus is available to the 180 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, and the Sports Circus gets about 4 million website visitors per month, which could click through your website and bring sales. The Sports Circus provides great content featuring celebrity guests from sports and entertainment to our audience every weekday, which your company could greatly benefit from by increasing your visibility, foot traffic, eyeballs to your website, and calls from potential customers. Call us right now at 702-799-9935. Again, 702-799-9935, or email us at info@thesportscircus.com. That's info@thesportscircus.com. Drive your sales today by advertising with the Sports Circus.
Zwoele zomerhits.
Klopvaste actua.
De leukste cadeaus. Donna.
The sound of summer.
Radio Donna.
Today's best music, C100.
Stop it!
Hey, bud, what's your problem?
NXW Trenton Kicks 101.5. The music you love to hear.
WRFM, Stereo 105.
You're listening to 97 WYNY. WYNY.
Call now.
Hey everybody, this is Barry Katz from the Industry Standard Podcast, and you're listening to the Sports Circus with Sal Tuzzolino.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal, live from Las Vegas in the AMP TV studio, AAMP.TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. All right, this segment brought to you in part by our friends over at Legal Shield, providing legal protection and peace of mind. Legal Shield can help with traffic tickets, texting and driving, DUIs, court appearances, estate planning, maybe someone socked you in the mouth, you got hurt, you lost a couple teeth, need a lawyer. Contact Legal Shield, maybe they can help. 213-245-1305. That's 213-245-1305. Again, 213-245-1305. Or check them out online at nocourt.us. That's nocourt.us. Or email them for more information at info@nocourt.us. All right, welcome back to everybody on television and radio and also streaming on Instagram, Facebook, and AMP TV, AAMP.TV. Like, subscribe, and follow. I always say it because it keeps being it. All right, Major League Baseball, we have those awards. The awards have actually been handed out, but maybe a couple of definitions first. In case you don't know, when I get to Gold Glove, we'll make sure that you know what that means. So a Gold Glove, by the way, in case you don't know, it's been given out since 1957. The Gold Glove honors the best defender at each position in each league, right? So we have two leagues, right? So we have an American National League, maybe a catcher or whatever. Okay, so it's the best person in that position, and Major League managers and coaches voting only within their league are unable to vote for players on their own teams, and they account for 75% of the selection process. The other 25%, of course, goes to the blasted sabermetrics community, which all those analytics and crap like that. All right, so now you know what the Gold Glove is, right? The best of that position with the glove in their hand. How about the Silver Slugger? So the Silver Slugger Award is the top offensive award in Major League Baseball, of course, with the season's best players at each position selected in by a vote by Major League Baseball coaches and managers in their respective league. And I like the fact that it's not by the media. The media kind of wrecks everything when it comes to voting. They've never played. A lot of these guys haven't played. I played baseball for a living. I know what this looks like. But a lot of the guys in the media, that's why the media should not be voting, and the sports writers and crap like that, they shouldn't be voting for Hall of Famers and crap like that. No, it should be done just as the Silver Slugger by coaches and managers in their respective leagues. Now, also, we have the Hank Aaron Award. Of course, that's awarded every year to the best overall offensive performer in each league. So that was introduced, about 23 years ago? Thereabouts. And we're coming up with the 25th anniversary of Hank Aaron breaking Babe Ruth's all-time home run record as well. And, of course, a panel of Hall of Famers will combine with a vote to determine the winner. Hall of Famers, not coaches, not players, not writers, not sports writers. No, these are the people that matter. I like the fact that it's Hall of Famers. Now, also, we have the Roberto Clemente Award, which is given every year to the Major League Baseball who best exemplifies the game of baseball, sportsmanship, community involvement, and the individual's contribution to his team. This is really important. Now, this one, unfortunately, is voted on by the fans, and by whom? The members of the media. Yes, I'm a member of the media, but I don't get any voting rights in this. Media should stay out of this. So, let's get into it. This year's award winners, of course, the Cy Young Award, basically the best pitcher on the planet in each league. Justin Verlander did absolutely that in the National League, or in the American League. So I want to think of the Houston Astros as they were in the National League previously. Nonetheless, Justin, a timeless wonder. Man, this guy just keeps doing it year in and year out. Big contracts are coming again, or offers are coming in the upcoming offseason, as we're already there right now. Once the winter meetings happen in December, I think they're in San Diego this year. I went to the winter meetings here in Vegas. That was kind of fun. So those are going to happen this year in San Diego in December. And let's face it, Justin is going to be a very, very, very hot topic. Now, over the National League, it was Sandy Alcantara with the Marlins. On a bad team, man, this guy just was dealing all summer. When I say dealing, in case you don't know what that means this guy was Rembrandt. He was painting the corners on the black. This guy was damn near unhittable. It's crazy to imagine that such a great pitcher was stuck on such a questionable baseball team. Nonetheless, that's what happens. And now this guy likely will end up either a buyout or something, or a big trade. And who knows, maybe the Yankees, who seem to have a hand in on every big name out there, or the Dodgers, or the Red Sox. or possibly the Cubs, right? The 4 most expensive payroll-wise teams, or better yet, the most valuable teams in baseball. Those are the top 4 teams value-wise in baseball. Billions of dollars, nonetheless. Likely that both of these guys are going to get a good hard look at these 2 players. How about the Rookie of the Year? How about Julio Rodriguez, who set the world on fire in the American League? This guy, for me, I know his numbers very well. I had him on my fantasy baseball team. Everybody just discounted him. I said, I'm taking him. This guy just blew up. And he is the 5-tool player. Man, the guy can hit. He can hit for power. He can run. He can field. This guy does it all. Yes, and he can throw leather. This guy does every bit of it. He is a bona fide 5-tool player. Seattle is going to lock him up for a very long time as well. Over the National League, another guy that I had on my fantasy baseball team, I say that because I got to know these people very well as far as the numbers go. And I have to say that, look, Michael Harris II, a very good outfielder. The guy's got mad wheels. He hits for power. He hits for average. He can throw leather. This guy does it all. Man, this guy steals bases left, right, and center. Another 5-tool player. So this is the first time that I've seen in a bunch of years, in my opinion, that 2 5-tool players actually won the Rookie of the Year honors. We're going to give them an astounding round of applause. Those 2 guys deserved it, and I mean by an absolute long shot. I don't think there's anybody close to them. How about from a managerial standpoint? What do we think of the American League and the former Cleveland Indians, who turned Cleveland Guardians, were actually projected to be third in the American League Central. And these guys, let me tell you something. If you know nothing about baseball, I'm going to teach you one thing. Speed. Speed and speed does what? It puts pressure on the other team. You can get to the ball faster on the defense. It makes chaos happen on the baseball field. It puts the pitcher, if you got a guy on first base and you got a speedy guy at first base or second base or hell, even at third, a pass ball at third scores a run. Also, a pass ball could actually, or a wild pitch, could actually score a run from second. Also, a runner could go from first to third on a bad pitch, whether it's a pass ball, a catcher error, or a wild pitch, a pitcher error, right? Either way, the point is speed, there is no substitute for. That's like Miami Dolphins this year with Tyreek Hill, fastest guy in football. How he ended up there? Money, that's how. But nonetheless, back to this. Manager of the Year, Terry Francona, had some pieces in Cleveland, and this guy put a ton of pressure on every team he played. He pushed them to the brink. And you know what? Terry Francona and the Cleveland Guardians absolutely deserve to win that division, yes, over my beloved Chicago White Sox. So good for Cleveland. And those guys are going to be a real pain in the ass to deal with next year or the year after, because all those guys are going to grow up together, and they got a third baseman that basically does it all in Jose Ramirez. That guy, in my opinion, has got to be the most dangerous clutch hitter in baseball. Cleveland is one hell of a club, and Terry Francona really put a number on everybody else by managing, basically playing a game of poker with a half a deck. And somehow the guy ends up winning. I don't know. But nonetheless, Terry Francona, again, a phenomenal job as manager of the year. And how about the National League with Bucky Showalter? The Fighting Showalters with the New York Metropolitans. Buck is a master at managing people. And this guy is just good. Everywhere Buck's been, the Fighting Showalters have followed suit and backed this guy up and played very, very well for him. So congratulations, of course, to Buck Showalter and the New York Metropolitans, but you can call them the Mets. How about those Gold Gloves, which we mentioned, the best player of those positions? Going to go through the American League real fast here first. So we have DJ LeMahieu, Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker threw leather all over the place. Houston Astros, LeMahieu with the Yankees. Vlad Guerrero Jr. This guy plays on another planet in Toronto. I mean, he is good. Trevino, a phenomenal catcher. Jimenez, hyper underrated second baseman. Miles Straw, one of the fastest guys in the outfield. Yes. And Ramon Urias for the Orioles. Shane Bieber on the pitcher's mound. Yes, this guy can deal and also can do what? He can catch the damn ball. Jeremy Pena for the Astros. And of course, Stephen Kwan, lightning fast with Cleveland again. And of course, now go to the National League, Nolan Arenado. Is there a better guy at that position? I don't know. Realmuto Is there a better catcher in the National League? I don't think so. Max Fried on the hill, Braves. Christian Walker, Diamondbacks, highly underrated. And of course, then we have Mookie Betts, a guy plays in another world for the Dodgers. Dansby Swanson for the Bravos. Ian Happ for the Cubs. Ian Happ, this guy's going to get dealt, I think, and he's going to make a ton of money. And of course, Trent Grisham, Brendan Rodgers, and Brendan Donovan. Silver Sluggers real quick, American League, Mike Trout, Xander Bogaerts, Jose Altuve, Jose Ramirez, who I mentioned, Aaron Judge, needless to say, Jordan Alvarez, Luis Arraez, and of course Nathaniel Lowe, Julio Rodriguez, Rookie of the Year, also, of course, Silver Slugger, and Golden Glove winner, and Alexander Kirk, all in the American League and National League real quick. Goldie, a runaway in the National League for that batting title. I mean, this guy was good. For the MVP, this guy's phenomenal. Nolan Arenado, Real Muto, Brandon Drury, Josh Bell for the Padres, Mookie Betts, Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Jeff McNeil, Juan Soto, and of course ALCS MVP was Jeremy Pena, NL, Bryce Harper, World Series MVP Pena, and of course Hank Aaron Award, Aaron Judge, and Paul Goldschmidt, Roberto Clemente, Justin Turner, All-Star Game MVP, Giancarlo Stanton. Back here in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Hello Americans, it's Uncle Sam here. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS or state, don't worry. I've got important news that may help you negotiate a lower tax bill. In today's economy, the IRS has released a variety of new rules and is offering more flexible terms to help Americans looking to settle their IRS debt. If you apply today, we may be able to lift your wage garnishments and release a freeze on your bank assets or business. Our team of tax professionals can resolve your case and stop collection actions against you.
You guys don't really want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. We're going to kill the commercial. You know why? Because we can. The one we'll let play is uppercutchops.com. Gotta like that. All right. So what do you think so far? We having fun? Got a lot of good content being covered right now. And some things that people, frankly, they won't talk about. And they just don't have the gonads to talk about this stuff. Well, we do here. And this is going to be playing, what you're hearing right now, this is going to be playing on radio stations across America. And that's okay. Sometimes they like the hot mic in between segment breaks. I have to say it right because some stations are public, some are low powered, some are big national powers, whatever. Some are networks, some are not. Anyway, as we go through the content, I don't cherry pick the content. I mean, this is stuff that's out there today. And if you don't like it, well, then you don't like real reporting. Because I believe in honest reporting, fair reporting, unlike certain media sources, right? There's no spin. There's nobody making any extra money on putting this one down or putting that one down. This is fair reporting as it ought to be. And I'd say applaud anybody that reports fairly. That's how it should be done. It's too bad it's a lost art. We are to report it honestly. All right, so here's I'm not going to sing a song. Here's one for Uppercut Chops.
That's the sound of sizzling, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks from UppercutChops.com. Their best-in-class filet mignons, New York steaks, and the king of all steaks, the tomahawk and cowboy cut ribeyes are the best in the business. Even their Prime Wagyu burgers will likely be the best you've ever had. Browse the full selection of steaks and chops at UppercutChops.com from the comfort of your home or on your mobile device. UppercutChops.com delivers all-natural, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks and chops directly to your door, without the hassle of going to the grocery store and fight crowds to pick from a small selection of average and best meats with injected steroids, fillers, and coloring added to look good. Find out what's for dinner at UppercutChops.com or call 702-799-9935. That's 702-799-9935. 702-799-9935. Or make your selection directly at UppercutChops.com.
Hey, this is Tommy John, and you're listening to the Sports Circus.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal, live from Las Vegas in the AMP TV studio, AAMP.TV. Folks, make sure you check out the sportscircus.com for our upcoming guests, our prior guests, our recorded shows, which are a podcast. We do a regular FCC show. We don't do a podcast like the 2 million of them that are sitting out there. No, this one is actually on real TV, real radio. Yes, we do stream it as well. However, those streaming it right now are basically getting the raw feed. The real feed will be seen on television very soon. Let's kind of leave it like that. We have to go through post-production and all this other fun stuff. Also, make sure when you're at the sportscircus.com, check out the partners page. And of course, the partners, they've been with us for many, many years. And of course, one of those is the College of Southern Nevada Athletics, CSNCoyotes.com for upcoming games and events. CSNCoyotes.com for the College of Southern Nevada Athletics. All right, welcome back to everybody. Radio and television, streaming. You know who you are. All right. Let's stick with baseball for everybody in sunny Southern California. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim of Orange County, the Orange Curtain of the Santa Ana Riverbed of Interstate 5 of Earth, longest name in sports, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, whatever. Their general manager says that, yes, show me the money.
Show me the money!
Shohei Ohtani will not be traded, which he pretty much had to say. Yeah, right. This is according to USA Today. One of the biggest questions of the Major League Baseball offseason were Shohei Ohtani, like, where will he be playing next season? And of course, the Angels general manager, Perry Manassian, is doing his best to throw some cold water on that speculation. Buddy, it ain't working. During a meeting with reporters, Manassian said Ohtani would not be traded during the offseason and will begin next season as a member of the Angels per the Los Angeles Times. Now, I wonder how they're going to spin that one when maybe one day after the season begins, Ohtani may be traded. Of course, he signed a one-year, $30 million contract to avoid arbitration for next year. And that contract likely will be sold very, very quickly. They can't afford to pay this guy. Let's face it, Artie's trying to sell the damn team right now. That's what the word is, of course, on the street. I don't know nothing, though, if you know what I mean. So anyway, his value to the Angels is obvious. And his MVP winning last season, of course, as the two-way best performing player in Major League Baseball, has basically seen, I don't know, in 100 years or whatever the hell it is, maybe 80 years, this guy's arguably a better player this season. Who knows? From a pitching standpoint, yes. Hitting, he's just a good hitter. He's a 281 hitter. He does hit for power, get some RBIs, and a guy can steal bases too. Problem is, you got him running, the guy can get hurt, just like a running quarterback. Anyway, he does put butts in seats and eyeballs on TV as well, but what he said recently is no different than what he would say if he hopefully, or if he fully planned on, basically, if he planned on playing somewhere else. And the same thing, the general manager says the same thing. So the Angels have no incentive to let fans think they're about to trade away their most exciting player, not when season tickets are still for sale, nor do they have any incentive to signal to Major League Baseball executives and the media, of course, that an Ohtani trade is clearly happening. Of course, we saw a similar story play out with Juan Soto, now didn't we, and the Washington Nationals, as the Nationals' general manager Mike Rizzo shot down the possibility of any trade in June, but magically ends up with the Dads, but you can call them the Padres, the San Diego Padres, when? A month later. How remarkably embarrassing was that, right? So the Nationals go from basically a contending team to the cellar instantly. You think Los Angeles wants that second biggest TV market in America? I don't think so. So look, if you're trading Ohtani, the best position to have, of course, is for bidders to think you're not sold on trading Ohtani in the first place, though there's plenty of reasons for the Angels to trade him. And of course, you don't need to be a genius to see the argument of trading him. I said trade him. I say 100% trade him. You can get to take back basically a whole team. He's a very, very good baseball player. The Angels have been a very bad team basically since he's been on, and basically since Mike Trout's been on the team. And of course, they projected to be bad again in the next season. They finished 16 under 500 this season with an abysmal record of 73 and 89. Of course, they featured Ohtani and Mike Trout, arguably two of the best players in baseball. And needless to say, something has to change. If you're finishing 16 under and you've got a payroll of $169 million projected for 2023, you're going to have to throw some water on that one. You're going to have a fire sale, get rid of some of this because it's ridiculous. And they could, the Angels, of course, and should try to sign Ohtani to an extension and then trade the extension, right? Then you make a deal with some of the team so that's not going to be stuck with a 1-year deal and the guy can go sign another free agent deal somewhere else for $500 million. Anyway, it takes two sides to make that happen, though. And Ohtani has been signaling for the last couple of years that he intends to test the free agent market. Bad news for those faithful in Anaheim. And of course, when asked about the prospect of staying in Anaheim long term, he said he wants to win more than he loves the Angels. All righty then. I think that tells you everything you need to know. And when asked again just a few months ago, well, he basically said, right now, I'm an Angel. Oh, yeah. And of course, those aren't the words of a person who's fully planning on signing an extension. It's not committed to Anaheim. This guy is going to go. And of course, it's hard to blame him. Let's face it, this guy is one of the best players in baseball. He wants to go play somewhere and win. He wants to hoist that World Series trophy. He wants the thrill of victory rather than the agony of defeat. Kind of like they used to say on Wild World of Sports. Remember that? Way back in the day on ABC? So look, trading away Ohtani would be painful for the Angels and their fans, but watching him leave in free agency for nothing but a compensation pick would be way worse. And of course, it's also worth noting that a major reason Ohtani hasn't already been traded is current Angels owner Artie Moreno being opposed to the idea. And of course, Artie is what? Shopping the team, as we all hear. So in short, what could they get for him? A ton. Look, the Nationals got 5 players who are either top prospects or were recently top prospects, plus a first baseman rental in Luke Voit for Soto and Josh Bell that was for 2.5 seasons of Soto and 1.5 season of Bell. And of course, the Angels have 1 season of Ohtani available for the highest bidder. But that flexibility of Ohtani's value in a major, major boon for the consideration of just having any contender with this kid would be something special. This guy would be entrenched in that lineup for a long ways to go and starting rotation. So if the Angels were to trade him, they would really be announcing their lack of interest in contending next season. So they'd be looking for younger players and prospects. So if it happens, yeah, they'd be in an instant rebuild, but that's not the worst thing in the world. So what's the package going to look like ultimately? What's it going to be up to the Angels and, frankly, the other teams? I don't know. But we're almost certainly talking about multiple top 100 prospects being in the starting lineup, just like with the Soto deal. And if they deal him, they probably should deal Mike Trout as well. Mike Trout seems to be, I don't know him personally. My friends do, though. He seems to be remarkably unhappy in Anaheim. They just don't win. Period. They don't win. Look at Albert Pujols. Pujols is in Anaheim for how many years? And he was a very middle-of-the-road player in Anaheim. Players seemingly go to die in Anaheim in Major League Baseball. And then they go back to their old stomping grounds, just like Pujols did in the following season after playing with the Dodgers across town. He had renewed life. And what does he do? He gets back to this Albert Pujols again. And what does he do? He hits over 700 home runs in his career, and now he rides off into the sunset. Yes. And so maybe Mike Trout will have bigger and better numbers if Mike Trout goes. So imagine the Angels are going to look very, very different. What about this? What about the idea? If Ohtani, show me the money, show me Ohtani, and Mike Trout get traded, how about to the same team? Maybe to where? How about the New York Yankees, huh? What do you think about that one? Why? Because in my opinion, it's unlikely that the Yankees are going to be able to sign Aaron Judge. Judge is going to command massive mega bucks, and it would seem to be reasonable that the San Francisco Giants are likely going to sign the hometown kid. Yeah, Judge grew up in the area. I think he wants to be a San Francisco Giant. Right, and so ultimately, I was going to say New York Giants because that's where they started anyway. But that's why people say the New York Football Giants. Anyway, the San Francisco Giants are a phenomenal place for this kid to land. And if, by the way, if Aaron Judge goes to the Giants, look for Trey Turner to leap from LA, from the Dodgers, to go up and play for the huge offer that this kid's going to get from the San Francisco Giants, just to show Aaron Judge that they are serious about winning. Remember, the Giants are only a year removed from a phenomenal season where they completely upset the entire National League West and somehow won, I think it was 106 games or some crazy number like that. The fact is, the Giants are only 1 year removed from that, and they still have many of those pieces in play. So don't be surprised if the Giants make an enormous move, and if Mike Trout and Ohtani in a ultra mega blockbuster monstrosity of a deal end up with the New York Yankees. And where else could they possibly go? They could go to where? The Boston Red Sox. Where else could they possibly go? They could go to the Chicago Cubs, because the Ricketts family got a whole bunch of money, and they got a real low payroll right now. And they have signaled that they are looking for certain players. And these players scream that they're not ready to stay in this rebuild process so very quickly. It would seem that the Cubs want to do something bigger and quicker. Why? Because Ohtani is available. Aaron Judge is available. Likely, Mike Trout is available. Trey Turner is available. These are four of the best players in baseball today. And if the Cubs can pick up a couple of those guys, watch and see if they don't throw their hat in the ring in the sweepstakes for these players. So likely the Cubs will fight it out with the San Francisco Giants to land Aaron Judge. And wherever Aaron Judge goes, watch and see if that team doesn't go on a wild spending spree and bring in 2, 3, maybe 4 players. And watch, if Aaron Judge goes to one of these other teams, don't be surprised if Giancarlo Stanton comes along for the ride too. The guy's got the fastest bat speed I've ever seen through the strike zone. This guy could turn on anything. And he's also kind of seemingly like a big brother to Aaron Judge. So it would only stand to reason that Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton could actually move together. Between the two of them, they hit, 80-odd home runs this year, or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, they hit 90 home runs. Yeah. The fact is, don't be surprised if those two go together, just like if the Angels could possibly deal Ohtani and Trout together. Now, if that's the case, maybe the LA Dodgers will deal Trey Turner, well, in some kind of creative deal, maybe a sign and trade, along with maybe Justin Turner, because the Dodgers did not pick up their option here. But maybe if the opportunity presents itself, the two Turners from the Dodgers could find themselves in another location, possibly even in New York, for the New York Yankees. You never know, folks. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. I'm your Ringmaster Sal, and we'll see you next time right here on your favorite station. Until then, so long, everyone.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. Ouch! Well, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers. If you administer insulin 3 or more times per day or use an insulin pump, call now and learn how a CGM can help you.
Painless. No more pricking my finger.
No finger pricks.
Convenience. They delivered it free and they took care of all the paperwork.
You can reduce pain right away. Plus, it's accurate, easy to use, and helps you spend more time in range. And if you have insurance, you can get a new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. Call now and get free shipping of your new CGM. Plus, we'll bill your insurance for you. 800-659-7805. 800-659-7805. 800-659-7805. That's 800-659-7805.